Hi, everyone. Are you a podcaster, content creator, or evangelist looking to make a move or some changes to your current setup? Are you wondering what's behind me? Well, you know what? It takes time, and no one sees all the hard work that you're putting in leading up to that big moment. I've been working at this and started over a year ago, and well, I'm just getting started. I have some cool things to show you and talk to you about in this episode, from a new website to swag like this or like this. But wait, I have more swag to show you and my first sponsor. How about I show you what's behind the curtain as I've done some drastic changes to my office? Well, before we do that, how about you hit that like, subscribe, and notification, because I have some amazing guests joining the show in an upcoming episode around optimization. To be or not to be cloud optimized is the question. Let's do it. Everyone, this is the Daily Tech Show, and I'm your host, John Myer. I made some new and improved changes in recent weeks, thanks to the help of my wife and a fellow podcaster called Disco Posse. If you haven't heard from them, take a look at this description below, and thanks to them, my office setup is awesome and turned out great. Before we get started and I show you what's behind that curtain, I'd like to tell you a little story of what happened in the past few weeks leading up to these changes. A few months ago, I was working with a speaking coach and branding manager. And while we were working on a few items for a really important upcoming speech, I got to talk about my brand and brand awareness. And he asked me, where do I see myself in 5 years? Heck, I've been asked that question before, and it took me a few moments to answer him, though. I see myself as a global technical host who is funny, entertaining, and educational around public cloud. Talk show host came to mind, but I wasn't sure that I should say that out loud or that I see myself as one. He took a moment and he said, do you see yourself as the Oprah of tech? Boy, did I like that idea. And I thought, hell yeah, let's do it. But after a few minutes, I thought, I kind of think her show is a little too serious for me. And I really enjoy what Ellen does on her show. She's a comedian turned show host that brings fun, entertaining, and educational guests to the show. She's knowledgeable about the things that are going on. How about the Ellen of tech, I thought. And the more I think about it, that's who I aspire to be like in the tech world, and one of the reasons that I created the Daily Tech Show. Okay, now leading up to this very past weekend, even if you are not a country fan, as a big one like myself, you know who Luke Bryan is, and he just released a mini series called My Dirt Road Diaries. And I have to tell you, this show was not only touching, but very inspirational in the amount of personal challenges and adversity that he went through. I won't get into much of the series, but something that struck with me was that no matter what, whether he was with friends, family, on stage performing for fans, he was himself, having fun, engaging, entertaining his fans. And that's something that I want to bring to my show. Really, to summarize it up, this is who I am. I'm the Ellen of Tech and the Luke Bryan of podcasting, bringing you weird, quirky, entertaining, and an educational podcast. No matter what, you will always get the real me. All right. Enough of the serious stuff. Before I show you what's behind this curtain, I want to talk about my new and improved website. And I want to know what you think. So before I do, hit that like, subscribe, and the notification, because we're just getting started. All right, let's check it out. Now, real quick disclaimer, it's still work in progress, but I could not wait to show you everything that you get from my YouTube channel and more, from my latest podcast, the blog posts about tech, always up to date. Take a look. Also, coming soon, my podcast will be made available on Spotify, just as soon as I can figure out some of the RSS feed requirements for Spotify. So we're getting there. Okay. Now, all you have to do is just go to johnmyer.com. Yes, that's right. My name.com. Okay. And the reason I'm showing you is because guess what? I just got my first Diabolical sponsor, and it's none other than the Diabolical coffee guy himself, Mr. Eric Wright. Huge shout out to him. you want to use the promo code Myer. Yes, that's right. MYER for 10% off for coffee. And we're going to talk about my swag. So, wait, I feel like I should be doing, wait, there's more. Are you looking for some awesome swag like this or some more swag like this? Okay, now the moment you've been waiting for. What is behind the curtain? I feel like this should be one of those game shows. Time to reveal what's behind curtain number one. Wait. Before we do that, how about you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below on what you think about my website or the swag. Remember, you can get the swag off my website, some cool coffee from our awesome sponsor, and check out my latest post and blogcast on johnmyer.com. Okay. Before I pull down this curtain, I think I should show you some pictures before, tell you what was this office and how it led up to the changes behind me. Let's go through some pictures. I started working from home and I needed a whiteboard or a breakout room, and I purchased this Kling on whiteboard. My kids absolutely loved it. They draw on it all the time, but after a while, when they used the dry eraser, it kept going down in the paint and I started getting black smudge marks. Guess what? Upgrade time. I put it on a black border. This saved the paint. In the last couple of months, I upgraded with all my recording and content. I wanted some lighting in there. So I changed the trimmed it out and put in LED lights around it, but you couldn't really see them in the full picture. So I made some other changes, put some acoustic tiles on the side, and then I added a plain white sheet of paper to reduce the glare that was happening off my whiteboard. And, things are really good, but it still didn't have what I was looking for. 2 weeks ago, I took everything down. And then I remember why I put up the whiteboard in the first place. You should have checked out all the dart holes. I guess it was time to spackle the whole wall. And next up was painting of it. And speaking of painting of it, I was actually going to paint this white. The day before I was going to paint, I had a call with my buddy Eric. And he said, it's got to be dark, man, because your lighting will offset the camera and the white balance. And I thought to myself, wow, I'm glad I didn't paint it white. And I'm glad we had this call. So I quickly went out. I got some dark paint, which you'll notice. All right. And so far, you can tell the paint turned out awesome. But I got to show you what's behind this curtain. And leading up to this big reveal, 3 weeks ago, I told my wife I needed to change my office for better recordings. And she came up with this great idea. And let me tell you about it. And you know what? I think it's time to show you what this looks like. Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun! Bam! What do you think, folks? This is really cool. I absolutely love this sign. Now, okay, you're saying, well, John, that's plain. But guess what? It's not that plain anymore. Okay, this is full on LEDs. You want blue? We got blue. You want green? We'll go with green. Turn it back to white. As we finish up and round up our show, she looked online for some of the signs. And she's like, oh, how about this? How about that one? And I sent out a couple of inquiries and got a quote. $1,500 they wanted for this. Guess what? I built this myself from scratch, and it cost me less than $150 over the course of the week. Just take a look, and you notice the dark color, the sign, the lighting. My video quality is freaking great. All right, folks. I hope you like this episode and me showing you my new podcast layout, my website, sponsor, swag. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, because our next episode is around optimization or cloud optimization. And I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.